You can refine the comparisons between data points even more by examining the conditional relative frequency. A conditional relative frequency is the ratio of the joint frequency to the marginal frequency. Remember, the marginal frequency is the total in each row or column. So the conditional relative frequency will be different from the regular relative frequency because these are going to be divided by a specific row or column, the total in the specific row or column. So conditional frequencies can be used to compare data in a meaningful way to eliminate bias that might appear because of skewed data sets. Bias can result when one group has a larger population than another. So here we have a dance squad that is planning to buy new uniforms. The coach asked members of the varsity and junior varsity squads which color uniform they would prefer. The results are recorded in the relative frequency table. So part A is what percentage of members who prefer blue uniforms are on the varsity squad. So what percentage of members who prefer blue uniforms are on the varsity squad? So the number of people who prefer the blue uniforms, there are 30% of the overall total who like the blue uniforms. 19% of the overall total are on the varsity squad. So when we just compare those who like blue uniforms compared that are on the varsity squad, we're going to take 19 divided by 30, and we're going to round that to a percent. When you take 19 divided by 30, you get approximately 63.3%. What percentage of the junior varsity squad prefer the red uniforms? So as we look at the junior varsity squad, the 61% of the total squad are junior varsity. 28% of the total like the red uniforms. So to figure out the percent of junior varsity squad members that like the red uniforms, we will take 28 divided by 61, and that will equal 45.9%. What percentage of members who prefer black uniforms are on the junior varsity squad? So which columns and which rows should we use for this one? So those who prefer black uniforms on the junior varsity squad, this is the total who like the black uniforms right there, that 38%. And those who like black uniforms that are on the junior varsity squad represent the 22% over here. So we will take 22 divided by 38. 22 divided by 38 is approximately 57.9%. And finally, what percentage of varsity squad members prefer the blue uniforms? So which columns are we using for this one? So on this one, the varsity squad members constitute 39% of the total squad. And those who like the blue uniforms are the 19%. So that would be 19 divided by 39. And that is approximately equal to 48.7%. So notice how the Part A and Part D are very similar looking questions. The first one is what percent of the members who prefer blue uniforms are on varsity. And this one is what percentage of the varsity prefer the blue uniform. So it starts out with the 19, but the percentage that you divide by is different for those. The ones that are on the varsity squad, we're looking for the 39% on Part D, and then Part A, we're dividing by the 30%. As these can get confusing, let's do one more. The library staff is conducting a survey of local students in efforts to attract more patrons to the library. They asked the students which programs they would be interested in attending and how far away from the library they live. Survey data is shown in the relative frequency table. So we can see we have those interested in a weekend book club, after-school tutoring, and if they live less than a mile, 1 to 3 miles, or more than 3 miles away. What percentage of students who are interested in book club live between 1 and 3 miles away? So those that are interested in book club is the 53% of the overall total, and those that lived 1 to 3 miles away is this 30%. So we will take 30 divided by 53. 30 divided by 53 is approximately 57%. The next question is, what percentage of students who are interested in tutoring live less than 1 mile away? So those that are interested in the tutoring represent this, or constitute this 47%. And those that live less than 1 mile away is this 36%. So we will take 36 divided by 47, and that will be approximately equal to 77%. Is there an association between interest in the book club or tutoring and the distance that they live from the library? So this is where looking at additional data and looking at these marginal frequencies really come into play, because as you look at the numbers, when we compare them to the total, it looks like there is actually there's really no pattern here. But there does seem to be a strong association between living very close to the library and after-school tutoring than those who between weekend book club and further away from the library. And we can really see that if we were to look at the overall data, but we can really see that when we look at the first couple of informations, or first couple of percentages we got here. So between 1 and 3 miles from the library, that is a total of 57% that are interested in book club that live 1 to 3 miles from the library. Less than a mile interested is 77%. And if we were to look at the percentage of, let's say, after-school tutoring that live more than 3 miles away, that would be 10 divided by 47. And 10 divided by 47, that's 10% that live greater than 3 miles away interested in after-school tutoring, is only 21% approximately. So you can see that the further they get away from the library, the less interested they are in doing either the weekend book club or the after-school tutoring.